web novel is
WebNovels.
WebNovels.
Yazia means warrior in Arabic. I am my mother's little warrior.
I picked the eagle from a quotation I was reading from the Bible, and somebody added a glorious to it, so that's how come it became Glorious Eagle.
I like the color of violet, and I was 16 going on 17.
It's very simple. My first name is Kelly, and stars, I'm shooting for the stars with my novels.
I was a student and I'm still a student.
I was working as an compliance and admin officer in a real estate company. So that's what I was doing before I became an online writer.
I used to help my mother with a shop in our community.
I was a front-end developer before I done writing for WebNovels, but I'm now a full-time writer on WebNovel.
I have a favorite writer is from my country, Bangladesh, Humayun Ahmed. You guys won't recognize him, but he is a really great author and very famous.
Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice.
Ashnate.
I don't really have a favourite because I read so much, but I do have a few favourites on WebNovel, so Ash Knight, Jasmine Joseph.
The first story I have created is known as The Lost Princess. It is about a teenage girl who was lost in childhood but then found her family later. And when I was in my teen phase, I used to think my parents don't love me much, I will run away. And then these creations came in mind and I put it into words.
I didn't plan to write. I just chanced upon a site that took me to create a story, and I began creating a story. So there was no planning to it, and after creating it, it got a contract. So that's how I began.
It started from a show I used to watch, so I started creating fan fiction, and I transitioned over to online literature, original stories.
So I was very young with my first story. I think I was 11, and it was just inspired by Lord of the Rings and Mulan. I had a thing for the whole genre of a woman dressing as a man and just fighting in the army, and then I just brought some fantasy into the mix. But yeah, I don't really remember how it finished, but that was my novel.
I have recently graduated my high school, so before my high school graduation exam I took a long break to focus in my studies, and after I was back to writing I was facing a major writer block. So I just didn't know how to get back into writing, how to start. I feel like I forgot how to write, and I felt like how to put words into my thoughts, how to put my thoughts into words. So yeah, it took a lot of time to get back into writing. So I suggest anyone out there, please don't take long breaks. At least indulge yourself into writing 15 minutes a day, but don't cut it off. Yeah.
Okay, the biggest challenge I ever faced during writing was motivation. I started with nobody to motivate me, but with time, I just decided I had to do this and motivate myself. And until I began to make it, nobody supported me.
How I get out of having writer's block as my greatest challenge?
I think sometimes it's maybe the plot. On one of my books, my plot was that there is a body swap between a man and a female, and it's fine now, but it was hard to come up with how readers would read the novel. Would it make sense? Would it not? But it was fine. After the first few chapters, I got over that.
Oh, I have read a novel a few years ago. It's called Infatuation. I love that novel a lot.
It's still Mr. Tremont's Priceless Little Bride.
A lonesome fragrance waiting to be appreciated, or Under the Oak Tree.
Married to the Devil's Son is my favourite. Obviously, that is the one that's always advertised, but I still go back to that and read it.
I would suggest them to read the novels of the web novel first, to introduce themselves with the readers out there, because first of all, the readers of the web novel are very active. So if you read the novels and read the comments there, you will be able to know what your readers like. And secondly, do regular updates. Don't drop the book.
Well, if creating a new novel for web authors, new authors, I'll very much emphasize on good editors, like editors who be patient, like my editor was patient with me. Yeah, because without a good editor, it's really difficult for a new writer to make it. So that's what I would suggest.
Just be patient. Your story will reach the readers you are looking for.
I think a tip would be to write ahead and to stockpile. It does get stressful, like I love writing, but if you stockpile, you can just continue writing without the stress of having to upload daily, which will help with your novel as well. Because once readers start your book, they will demand more, which, you know, it's motivating, it's lovely, but at the same time, it is very stressful.
Nowadays, whenever I'm asking a person who used to read traditional books before, what are you doing on your phone? Why don't you read books? Oh, I'm reading online novels. Oh yeah, so they have actually created a very big impact on the novels.
It's really affected, I don't know if I should say negatively, because most people love reading online novels than the traditional novels now, because it's easy for the youths who do not want to hold a hard copy book to be reading from online. So I could say that the traditional publishing is deteriorating gradually and online novels are going up. It's selling higher than the traditional publishing.
With technology, it's so easy to read web novels online, so people may be drifting away from traditional books and reading more online.
I think because like web novels are quite easily accessible like throughout the world, so I think yeah, it's like expanding a lot, like web novels are.
There are a few readers. Actually, I am very young. I just turned 19 10 days ago. So I make a lot of mistakes by grammatical mistakes, or sometimes confused the names or pronouns. So some are a little rude that hurt my feelings, but some of them are super sweet, and they so politely tell me, authors, do you think it would be that, instead of, yo, you made that mistake, give us our experience that we deserve. So I love those sweet sweet readers who sweetly correct me, and I immediately read them. So yeah, okay. Thank you guys.
Her name is Diamond Farmer. Yeah, she really follows all my chapters and she comments. And sometimes when she's expecting something and I bring in a twist, and she made a comment, she was like, I was really expecting her to forgive him, but as a woman, I can relate to it because she's been through a lot. It's painful, and I understand the decision she took. And I was happy that she was able to relate to the decision the woman took at that moment to not immediately forgive her ex-husband, and that really touched me.
The reader reading with T, because she always messages me good messages about the story in her life, and since then I've always taught her daily.
I think a lot of my readers leave a special impression on me. They're quite feisty, and they're quite feisty and humorous. So a lot of readers do leave quite the impression.
I love you. I love you. I love you to death.
I love them so much, and I thank them for all the support they've given me so far. There's nothing like it. I'm so grateful.
Thank you for supporting me over the years.
Just thank you so much for reading my work. You do motivate me a lot, and I really do appreciate it.
WebNovel is a firecracker actually. It has so many colors, so many things, and actually I started reading my first novel on WebNovel at first. So yeah, WebNovel has given me a lot of things. It's a firecracker.
WebNovel is just amazing. Yeah.
It's an adventure.